Welcome back to the LooneyBin Podcast. First dog episode.
Dog blast.
Dog blast.
I'm Preston.
I'm Tyler.
Whoa.
I'm John.
Starting?
Yeah, buddy.
I'm Henry.
Oh, man, I'm starting.
And
That's
I'm
Nick.
Teddy.
And this is
Mark.
Woof.
You cutie. Her name's
is Tesla.
Yep. Tesla. Young.
Hey, Henry,
young
introduce
Tesla.
our friend here.
Well, her name's Tesla, and she's a dog.
All right.
Yeah.
That's all there is to
All
it.
right, so as per usual, we're gonna start off the podcast
No questions asked.
with
We got a dog. That's it.
with the word of the day from the Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary. So the word of the day today was negotiate. I'm pretty confident that we all know what that word means. So instead, we are going to use the word facetious.
We know what that one is too.
We do know that one?
Yes.
You don't know what that is?
I didn't. I mean,
Oh.
I do now.
Yeah, it's
I
like
read
when you're being two-faced.
All right, so we're
We smart.
all right.
the
Wormhole.
next word?
Okay. Grizzly. Okay.
Grizzly. I'd love grizzly.
Qualm. I think we all know what
That
that
was
means.
another good one.
Okay.
Come on, Merriam-Webster.
The word is
Where are the weird words?
edify.
Oh, that's a good
Edify.
one.
You know that one, John?
No, not really.
Okay. All right. So the word is edify. Let me see
Edify.
if this will work.
You see, you would think it would be like edible,
Right.
but edify.
Oh, you just broke the whole secret.
Yeah, we're the only viewers of our own podcast.
Oh, God.
Edify.
I'm going to go with the generic. It's something to edit. You're editing a paper. You're edifying. It's like a past tense. I edified it.
Okay.
Just check over your work. I don't know.
no.
Like edit seems so prominent within the word that I would have to go with something that involves edit.
Before we keep going, are we allowed the spelling of the word?
Sure.
Because I feel like that might affect things.
Yeah, we do
Okay.
spelling.
The spelling of the word edify, edify.
See, I thought it was PHI. So that's why.
Ah,
Okay.
good clarification.
You said it's FY.
Fy.
All right, guys. Obviously,
Yeah, here we go.
edify.
Just do the classic.
I will. I'm getting to it. So edify, ed, erectile dysfunction.
Yes.
Edify. It's when you edify something, right? You're there, and you say, "Wait, you pop the pill. Let me just edify myself right now."
Well, okay, so that was pretty good for thinking on the fly. That's not bad.
An ED pill or just any pill?
So what is exactly
When you take the
erectile
ED pill-
dysfunction?
Right.
You edify
So
yourself.
what
Okay.
ED pill?
Or
though?
maybe edifying yourself is, erectile dysfunction, the actual thing.
So do you want to be edified?
Now that I say it, it sounds a little worse. You probably don't want to be edified.
So is it edify, you edify, or is it edify?
You're right. You're right. It's, oh fuck, I got edified. Yeah. Sorry about it. You're gonna have to leave. But you're pretty though. Sorry.
Jesus.
Edify, to proclaim. So if you're edifying something, you're proclaiming. So example of this, my friend has ED. That is edify. You're edifying.
Yeah, keep rolling with it. Honestly. All right, Tyler. You thinking about it? Just go for it.
I don't even know. I mean, to edify your, I have no idea.
Edible? Maybe
I'm gonna need a
it's
second
edible.
here.
Why am I helping you? I wonder
Yeah, I
that
don't know
too.
why you're helping me. Why do I have to go? Henry, how about you go?
I think it has to do with something happening over a period of time. So I'm going to say that the process of... the process of...
You already got it if you said the process.
Guys, I'm already empty. Fuck. Yep.
I'm ready.
Dead air, dead air, dead air.
All right, so when you edify, you know, it's a change in something. I'd say, or a change, or it could also be a reassurance and an affirmation. You know,
Wow.
it's when you affirm something.
Okay.
You know, it's when you like say my friend has ED, and you say you do have ED.
Oh, great.
You're edifying.
Very good. Very good.
I'm gonna say it's the process that animals undertake in order to
Eat their young.
reproduce. Yes, in order to reproduce over time.
All right,
What is
so
it,
it
Teddy?
sounds like a whole bunch of sex going on here.
Yeah.
Can we get a quick refresher of everybody's answers real quick?
Edify.
Yeah. Mine was
To proclaim was mine.
Process, animals, sex.
mine was to edit.
Mine was when you can't get hard.
And mine was when you affirm a statement.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to give it to Tyler for this one. So the definition is edify means to uplift, enlighten, or inform.
Wow. So Tyler's
So that was pretty close.
I mean, proclaim.
That's true.
Are you part of Proclaim, Nick?
I am not part of proclaim.
Yeah,
I
well,
said
then
to
Shout out
guess
to
what?
Proclaim.
I mean,
Let me add that to the point total.
Great student org, Proclaim.
That's all right.
Shout out.
Guys, that's Tyler's first
That
point.
is my first.
oh,
It's Tyler's first point.
It's been awarded.
We're gonna point to where
There
the
it
point is
is.
because we'll never actually
Where's
do
the
it.
point?
Yep.
It's
Is
gonna
it
cut
right
to
there?
a black
It's here?
screen now.
have
Right
fun
there.
editing,
Your
Preston.
text is go, one.
I hope it's like 5 pieces of confetti just pop out.
No, that
No.
won't
No,
happen.
not
No.
even that. All right.
Da Vinci doesn't allow that.
All right, so otherwise, we will get into the article that I found for today. As I was going through just Google, all of the suggested just different articles and that kind of stuff, I found one thing talking about the real names of fictional characters. So there's a whole bunch of characters that we just know of as just these names, but they might have like an actual name behind it that we just don't really know. So, do you guys want to like guess what they are?
Yeah.
before we
Yeah,
do
there's
it?
an
Yeah.
interesting one that you might think we not know, then just say.
Okay, so we'll start with Cap'n Crunch.
Oh.
What do you guys think? We'll just go with.
He looks like a Boris.
I think James
Forrest?
P. Crunch. James P. Crunch.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Yeah.
Boris Big Dick Crunch.
All right, so
Close.
his actual name is Horatio Magellan Crunch.
Yeah, that
Horatio?
Horatio.
Philly.
Horatio?
Yeah.
No.
So this was another one that didn't. I don't understand it, but the Pillsbury Doughboy, he has a name.
Tony.
Yeah.
Tony.
It's like-
He doesn't even fucking like to.
It's like
Tony.
Tony or some Italian name, you know, like
Right,
just
right. I'll give him Alfonso.
no, I'll give him Frank.
Yeah.
Frank Delfino.
So his name is Poppin' Fresh,
Poppin'
Yeah.
Actually?
and apparently he has a wife, Poppy Fresh,
Oh,
and they
puppy.
have 2 kids,
Wait.
Popper and Bun Bun.
Bro.
Who came up with this lore?
I think it's cute.
Yeah,
Why
I
is
don't-
there lore for the Pillsbury Doughboy?
Yeah.
There's lore for
Great
everything.
question.
True.
The third one we got is the Quaker Oats guy.
Oh yes, yes,
Now
my
this is where
man.
you get
It's got to be like an old time.
yeah, it's
Horace or
yeah,
something.
Eustace.
Yeah.
Eustace.
All right,
No.
so his
Constant
name is
personal.
Larry.
That's so disappointing.
Out of all the options.
That's like the ones here I eat
Larry.
the most is Quaker. Anything Quaker, and they really hit me with Larry Quaker.
They really did.
Larry the Quaker.
Let's
Well,
see.
it's about my time.
Mr. Oates.
There were
Okay.
1 or 2
What do
other
you need to
ones
Well,
that I wanted to hit.
Okay.
Turkey, pasta.
Just
Pizza.
go get him.
Make sure you elevate that foot in the bathroom.
I can't.
You got that bathtub right there.
Me too much.
All right, so otherwise,
Guys, here's the thing that's been happening in the house lately.
True.
Is
Quick
that
update.
yeah, we've been having just constant shits.
Oh,
It's been so bad.
not what I thought you were gonna say. Oh, here's the big jump for John right here.
Yep, right in front of the camera.
Right in front of the camera.
You got this.
There you got it.
didn't really work.
You'll all see if John fucks
No,
up.
I know it didn't work.
Currently, John is having to cross over the
There we
cable that's
go.
leading from the camera to the fucking computer.
He did
And
it.
he's going up the stairs.
You're a champ.
So basically, we all think we're either lactose intolerant, have food poisoning, or we just have the shits.
Yeah,
Oh.
and John's shits went straight to his knee, so that's the, that's the most concerning thing.
I mean, mine was definitely food poisoning. I was dehydrated.
I literally don't think I've
killing me.
ever had food poisoning. What does that even feel like? Have
I
you
don't know.
like? And what is the most common food to get food poisoning off of? Is it seafood? Because it's just can be prepared so
Definitely.
just wrongly.
Definitely. I mean, you eat eggs more often, but there's no way that it's not seafood. There's no way.
You get food poisoning from eggs.
Yeah, if you don't cook.
Can you
them
get
well
food poisoning from anything? Could I get food poisoning from a piece of bread?
Yeah, but it's rotten.
enough. Probably
Yeah.
some way. I don't know.
Nate wants to know what we eat every day. Nate, well, today Henry made some great pasta, actually.
Yeah, today we actually ate a real meal. The
And
last 2
yesterday.
days we ate a real meal. We had chicken and rice yesterday, and then we had pasta today with a little turkey sausage rolled up
Niblets,
in
yeah.
there for the fucking meat.
Both courtesy of Henry, so
This
shout
one
out to
was
Henry.
good. This
I found the
today
list.
was nice.
Of foods you can get food poisoning
Most common food poisoning foods. Number one,
Lettuce.
poultry.
Oh, yeah.
from? So salmonella, basically.
Yep. Second,
Lettuce has to be up there.
vegetables and leafy greens.
Yeah. You always hear about
Guess
outbreaks.
the third
Guys,
one.
Did I ever tell you guys about my... Okay.
Cabbage.
No,
Beef.
fish and shellfish.
Okay.
So
Oh.
fish was third.
Did I ever tell you guys about the worst vacation my fucking family ever had?
I don't think
Bro,
so.
rice is fourth. How do you mess that up?
Yeah, what?
Okay.
What kind of rice?
Basically, so my family, I'm like 3 years old. My
You're 3
parents,
years old?
My parents see this ad, right? In this fucking whatever. They say, you get a free boat if you stay up at this whatever lodge resort in Brainerd. All right? You get a free boat with the cabin if you stay at Brainerd.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's what it is. You like for the duration of your stay, you'll have a free boat, whatever, you can go on the lake.
Was it like Breezy Point?
Sure, I don't fucking know. I was 3.
know.
Yeah.
But
Good point.
basically, we get there, and this was a vacation from hell, my mom says. And we get there, we unload the cabin. First of all, it's a log cabin, right? There's no heating, no air. It's summer, so that doesn't really matter. I guess you want some air conditioning, but like, you can live, right? It's fine. They go down. They go down to the dock and they see the boat, and it's a fucking rowboat.
Oh, no.
It has no motor. It's not even like a pond. It's just a fucking rowboat, right? Get this. So the big thing about Brainerd River, they have a big Paul Bunyan statue, right? Have you guys ever been?
Yeah.
Apparently I have too. I don't remember though, but I was there. And basically, it's a little rainy day. Apparently there's a puddle there down by the little pavement right out front of the fucking Paul Bunyan statue. And I'm trying to get to the puddle apparently. And my dad is like, come here, little fucker. He's like, stay away from that damn puddle. And he pulls me a little too hard. And he
Yes.
pulled my arm out of my socket.
Yep.
And so then I'm just there with my arm just dangling. And we get back to the house, they get to the ER, whatever. They put my arm back in, apparently. And my mom decides to fix up some cantaloupe. And, we have a little picnic, a little whatever. We're cooking up Sammy's, cantaloupe, whatever. But apparently the cantaloupe was a little mushy, right? But everyone still ate it and blah, 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 blah. And apparently I was the only one that didn't like cantaloupe, and I was, refusing it. A 3-year-old, you're just like, okay, whatever, fucking don't give him the food. He doesn't want
Right.
the cantaloupe. Don't
Right.
give him the cantaloupe. Doesn't want it. Apparently everyone else in my family got the fucking shits
Yeah.
in this dumb log cabin with this stupid metal fucking sailboat and my
No
arm
air
pulled out of my
conditioning.
socket. No air conditioning. And apparently, yeah, it was just bad weather and just a vacation from hell. And that's my experience in Brainerd, Minnesota, and I would never go back.
Yeah, they're.
Have you guys ever had a vacation from hell?
Yeah. The first thing I thought of, cousins and I, we had a little it was, on a resort lake where you could have your own little A-frame hut, that was had everything you needed, but it very much played off of the cabin feel, even though it was, you move 20 feet down, it's another A-frame cabin,
Well, that's
so
how
it's
kind of
not-
this place was too, yeah.
So very similar. You're like, I'm 8. I want to play Wii. Like that's the only priority at that point.
I'm playing Wii in a different setting.
Yeah. Continue to play Wii. Couldn't bring the Wii. This was one of those.
He said, put the electronics away. We're going to experience nature.
Exactly. You leave it at home, you're not getting it.
Right.
No phones.
Who had a phone? You
had a phone at 8?
No, I'm just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm making fun
It's
of
like, no
commercials.
fucking way.
But yeah, the lake, you grow up in Minnesota, you're going to spend time at the lake.
Yep.
So you have plenty of things to do. It's never disappointing to go to the lake, even if there is no Wii. But they were telling us the first day that we got there, I think, just know everybody's got to be in their place by evening. There's a big storm coming in. We're just playing it safe. So all the, warnings from the owners are coming around and whatnot. And, as a kid, again, you're still out swimming all day and you don't think anything of it. But then you start seeing the clouds roll in. You're like, no, those are dark. Those are dark clouds. But again, you're a kid. It's a storm. What could go wrong? And boy, did it go wrong. So there were about 50 to 60 mile per hour gusts during that storm. And so there were the two. My cousins were in the one, my family was in the other.
Yep.
And because there was one thing that held me on and kept me interested. Do you guys remember the Lego quest games? The physical pieces that you build a board, you had the little die. Yeah, like the mini
never
guys
had
that I
that.
played. I don't remember what all the games are called. But when Lego made all these board games, that you could almost like a create your own adventure. That's what it always seemed like, but then you'd roll the dice for whatever the battle cards, whatever. Again, it was Lego. That was enough for me to be there. So I'm in my cousin's one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just hailing, storming, blowing in, and we're all like, what's going on out there?
Guys, it's getting pretty
kind of
bad out
scared. And that's what I thought as a kid, but I'm like, I'm still playing it, it's okay.
Right.
And then we get a call from my cabin.
Okay.
They go, well, the window just blew in. The entire window pane blew in. And they had water just rushing in. Again, as a kid, you're like, man, I knew this place sucked. Not comprehending.
I knew the window would
I knew we needed the Wii. You would think that a kid you could comprehend that 50 to 60 mile per hour gusts, that's not a normal thing,
Right.
But I'm like, this place is shitty. I hate it,
I knew
we just don't get it. Yeah. And then I think later in the night the roof starts leaking, but we're fine. We all lived. But I just can't imagine being in the room that it happened, let alone just hearing about it.
Well, yeah, you're just sitting there and suddenly, it's not the whole wall, but all of a sudden there's a whole hole in your house.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. How do we fix this shit?
I heard the
Teddy with the fake out.
Hey, somebody clip that, or maybe one more time.
Oh.
Any other family vacay crazy?
I have another, if no one's got any.
I can't really think of one with my family. We always had them just so planned out that it'd be
Yeah, where would you go to
What could go
vacation,
wrong?
Teddy?
a lot of times we'd go and just visit family, just because we have people literally freaking everywhere.
Right.
We'd go to Nebraska to see my grandparents, or down to Florida, we'd see my other grandparents and then some aunts and uncles down there, or New York and see a bunch of people there.
Shit.
So yeah, we just kind of have people everywhere. But then yeah. But the one thing that I'm thinking about that just kind of went to shit in 2013, I went to the
What a shit year, by the way. What a fucking shit year.
the National Scouting Jamboree.
Let's
It was in West Virginia. I did
What? Why? Why in West Virginia?
so they opened up a new high adventure base there.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's just a giant camp.
Okay, it
But
almost makes sense.
Yeah. So, anyways, in the 1 week that we were there, it rained as much as it normally would in 3 months. So the whole week, there's just all these trucks going around all the time, just passing out hay bales just so we can put it down on the ground in our campsites, so we're not just getting trench foot walking around everywhere.
Okay.
So it was quite the experience. Like one really big thing that a lot of people were looking forward to about going there was this huge zip line system.
Right.
That like they were gonna try to get so many people through it, but then just because of all the storms and stuff, like
Didn't even use it
nobody
once.
got to go
Yep.
through it. But then I went whitewater rafting, and that was pretty wild.
You guys ever been whitewater rafting?
Yeah.
I've
have.
only been once in Oregon on the White Salmon River, and that was a fucking blast.
That's a pretty good time.
That's all I gotta say about it, honestly. But
I've been once as well on our marching band trip to Seattle. We stopped like almost all
did
the
you
way
guys drive
there.
out to Seattle?
Yeah.
Fuck.
We had 2 tour buses
So
that we
half
took
the
to
trip
Seattle.
was driving out
We
there.
pulled the
Yeah.
same one.
Isn't it like a
once.
2-day trick out there? Like,
If you just go overnight, it's a 1 day.
21 hours or something like
Yeah.
that.
Full drive.
We went to New Orleans my freshman year for choir. We drove just straight south all the way.
our band never went anywhere. Did I just have an underfunded band program? I must have.
Our marching band went to Seattle one year, and then 4 years later we went to California.
Flex
Both of
on me.
those were just an all. Well, I mean, you have to pay though.
True.
Like it goes into like the marching band dues for that year.
Okay.
So yeah, but
And how
I-
was your whitewater
It
rafting
was
experience?
great. It was Kent Hobbin,
Was
Emily
he
Hobbin,
chaperoning?
me, Jonas, and then 2 other guys from our grade.
Oh,
was a
let's
blast.
go.
It was
Yeah,
amazing.
literally. Dude, on mine, they had a little, so we pulled over, we stopped, and you could jump off like a 30-foot cliff into the river. And I did that. I don't know.
All right.
And,
Nice.
and we also had the highest waterfall that you could legally go off of with the, like with a commercial like water rafting group or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how tall it was. I think it was like maybe 15 feet or something like that.
Where was it?
The White Salmon River in Oregon by Mount
Jeez.
Hood.
Huh.
And
great place.
basically we had to do this whole procedure where they were like, all right, so like we practiced it like twice before we went over the waterfall because they're like, no one's dying because you could obviously die.
Yeah.
And they're like, because even our tour guide was like, yeah, I've been trapped underneath one of these waterfalls. The water's just pounding you on your chest and you're just trying to get out and you can't.
Jesus.
But basically, yeah, you're like, wait, do I really want to do this?
Yeah.
But no. So basically, we had to do this like thing where we would. So on the whitewater rafting, you're sitting up on the ledge of it, and then we did this thing where we would get down and
Yeah.
just like that,
Yeah.
and we went over the thing, and that was about it.
Damn.
Yeah, whitewater rafting.
30-foot drop.
No. Holy shit.
They actually lied. God damn it.
Yeah. Holy.
My whitewater rafting experience, I was in a sling.
A sleigh.
Sling. A sling. Yeah, so there Santa Claus was, and I said, quick, throw me the bag of presents.
Yeah, it's kind of like slush.
Yeah, it's frozen. Yeah, our church, we went to Colorado. And that was our adventure trip. And like probably 2 months before or whatever it was, or a month before we left, I broke my collarbone. And yeah, that's a story for another time.
Okay.
And you know, at first when you break something, you don't think about it, but then once the trip comes up again the next meeting, you think about the consequences of it. There's rock climbing, there was mountain hiking, all that stuff where you just thought,
So
like, I can't
does the
do it.
collarbone affect your mobility in your arm or something like that? Or?
Yeah. If you
What is the collarbone connected to? Does it connect your
Right here.
your shoulder
This
to
is
your
your
rib
collarbone.
cage, or what does it do?
right here, this is your collarbone.
I understand, but what does it do?
Connects to your
Feel it,
sternum.
and what do you think affects it?
So it does connect your rib
Yeah.
cage to your arm.
Everything right here. This
Yeah.
whole side.
You break your collarbone, you're kind of fucked for a while.
God,
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, how'd you do it?
No, it's Anthony Barr. Thank you. So my goal, or not my goal, my purpose changed to be the cameraman. So I sat on the end of this raft, just like you said. You sit on the edge,
Yep.
but then they didn't even give me a real camera. I had a little disposable
one of those
wet,
waterproof
water
shit,
exactly.
Fucking Walmart cameras. Yeah.
And I'm sitting there thinking, man, these are gonna be cool. You know, I don't even see the film turn up. Like I don't even know what happened to it. But I'm sure at one point I tried going down by the water. Like, you're like, Nick, no, get back up here. You know, I was like, come on, guys, come on. This is gonna be artsy. You know. But you're absolutely right though. When the guides say, all right, so here's the thing: if you fall off, you got to ball up, because you're going to be tossed around about 6 times.
Literally.
So you don't want to stay as low as possible so you don't hit a rock and break your leg. You know, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just break the other
Isn't
collarbone.
that how
Yeah,
weird
true.
that rivers are just so powerful and just animals live in there? Like,
Oh my gosh, you just okay, not the animal thing. They are so powerful. I almost drifted away. I almost
so you actually
like
fell while taking these photos?
No. When we went, we had to stop. I don't remember. It must have been during a hike. We're like, okay, this is the swimming spot, but don't get too far. And I got too far. I was down the river, and I thought, there's nobody around me. There was a moment where I was swimming. I just kept getting taken by the current.
You're like, huh?
And you come back up, and I'm like, where is everybody? And I had to swim. I had to, like,
Fight
for
against the
my life
current.
to get to the side, and I walked on jagged rocks for probably a quarter mile. And I'm just
cut up.
I didn't care. I was alive at that point. But yeah, I don't even remember what point of the trip that was. But rivers, currents, you don't think about it until you're like, oh, I can't beat this.
Yeah, literally.
This has me. Oh, it just scares me to
No, yeah,
death.
my friends live on the Mississippi, and they have. It's kind of like a lake house, but not because you're on a river, so it's kind of different. They have the
River house.
They have the pontoon. Some would say they have the pontoon and the jet skis and whatever.
Yeah.
But like the thing is they're just like they're really strict on like you have to wear your life jacket. Like you have to know where the boat is and all this stuff because you come floating and then the boat's coming right at you. You know you're not trying to get eaten up by the fucking motor. And like well, that was crazy. I mean nothing serious ever happened, but like rivers, man. Who fucking guessed? The best part is that G-Jazz is going on a tour to the fucking riverboats too on the Mississippi in March.
Ooh.
G-Jazz.
G-Jazz.
I thought you said Gigi. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
That's what I heard too,
No.
but then I put it together.
Thank you. So yeah, G-Jazz, shout out, going on a riverboat tour in March. Come see us at Kroner's, March 13th.
Nice.
God. I was thinking about more. Teddy, you go first, actually.
All right. So on the topic of rivers, who decided to have a wave pool at the end of a lazy river and at the beginning of a lazy river?
Wait, what? That sounds like the worst. Where is that?
I'm like at the Kalahari in Wisconsin Dells.
You know, I've only been to the Wisconsin Dells once, and once again, I was 3. It's a core memory for me. I remember being on the little rocker, you know they have those in parks, the little rockers.
Yeah.
They have the little animals, and you go like this. But that was just in the water, and that's all I remember.
Right, like the
I think
theater
I
in
was
the
at the
water,
Great
you're
Wolf
just chilling.
Lodge, but that's the only time I've ever been to the Wisconsin Dells. But please explain Kalahari. So what is it?
It
I don't get
It's
the
just-
Wisconsin Dells. So Wisconsin Dells is a city, right? It's the city's name is Wisconsin Dells.
I
I
legitimately
think it
couldn't
is.
tell you.
I think it is. You're from
I don't know.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, what?
I don't know. I just go down there,
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
guys.
I think the city's
whenever
actually
we
name is
would-
Wisconsin Dells.
Whenever we would go, like whenever my sister went to tour UW Madison,
Mhm.
anything like that where we head down there, we would go to we'd go to the Wisconsin Dells, and then we do something there. But it's just the lazy river. You're just chilling in your little tube, just hanging out. And then you get to the end of it, and it's a fucking wave pool. And so you just start going sicko mode.
So you're flowing this direction, right?
It is.
Are the waves coming at you, or are you going, whatever?
Is
with
it
the
like
waves?
sideways? Is it like
so like
this?
there's a little bit of a current that pushes you through it. It's pretty much just a big circle, and so you start in a wave pool. You go around all this terrain and that kind of stuff because it's a theme park too.
Right.
So it looks like you're in a desert or whatever else, just these cliffs and that kind of stuff.
Makes sense. Kalahari Desert.
And I mean, like, this is the lazy river. People are trying to relax, and then there's just these random waterfalls that are just
You're getting
just throwing
pummeled.
shit on you
That's not even
as
a
you're
word.
just cruising down the lazy river, and then you come to the end of it, and there's just the wave pool, and it's like they'll go like 5 feet up and down, and I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know who decided that.
Tyler,
Yes.
you got a text to check the chat.
Check
Any got
the
anything in the
chat.
chat right now?
From we got lots in the chat.
Lots of
but
stuff in the chat. Why don't you just
a
read
lot
through
of
the
it's
chat?
not really pertaining to what's going on.
That's okay. Just if
but-
it is pertaining, give it a read.
Here we go. We got, I believe penicillin is a mold that grew in cantaloupe.
Oh,
That's a throwback.
Lego chess on the PC was so tasty. Lego Quest was cash. Minotaur was gas.
yes, Minotaur.
What?
Yes, that was the
These
game.
are the Lego games?
Yeah.
Lego Minotaur, that's a throwback.
Yes,
we got
that
a
was the
High
maze one,
Tyler.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was the maze one. Lego Minotaur.
What?
Nate was wondering if he
I
was
would
on the
play that
boat
game
with
by
Henry.
myself.
Yeah. Oh.
Thank you. What was the last
it
one?
was Nate.
Because everyone's
Nate was
concerned for
wondering
how
if
long John's shit's taking
Henry,
right now.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
John,
he's
you
the
okay?
Oh,
He's okay.
Yeah, he's
there's
fine.
a,
He's probably in
there's a Harry
bed.
Potter one.
Go out there.
True.
And just
Harry
There's a
Potter game?
request to
Yeah.
talk about the movie Holes.
Why?
Holes.
Probably because of river rafting? I don't know.
Hoyam got a shark bite.
Hoyam did go
Nate
through the prop.
loves
True.
the snores. John's alive. He's talking in the chat. He said, "Is the stream lagging?"
I don't
You're
think
the
so,
one
is
that's
it?
watching.
Yeah.
Oh, J-Man says it is.
Oh well.
Yeah. No, we'll give it a second. I could see it. There's a little red.
Yeah, I see the triangle.
We got a
But
nice jacket,
again,
Nick, from Lucas.
Ah, let's go. This happened a couple of weeks ago too, where the recording is fine for the lag, but
Is
sometimes
that an outside dog?
Yeah.
sometimes it happens with how many viewers we got, Reno?
We're looking at
10.
10.
Let's
Hello,
go.
all 10 members.
Let's
Oh.
go.
Lazy Rivers, huh?
Yeah.
They're great when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Are they not?
No,
They
You're
are
floating
great.
around,
I can
like,
vouch
there's,
on
like,
that.
Get in your tube.
Yeah, get in your fucking
Yes.
tube.
And so you learn. You're like, you learn where all their spots
Yep.
are and
Yep.
the timing that they're walking back and forth. And then you just stick your feet down and you go. You just go as fast as you
Yes.
possibly
So
can.
in Coon Rapids, we have the largest outdoor water park in Minnesota,
Oh, yeah.
which
Oh,
is
what
just
is-
a random thing. It's
what's
called
it?
Bunker Beach.
Yeah, Bunker Beach. I've been there like 10 times.
Yep,
I love it.
It's a banger, and as middle schoolers, we got season passes, and okay, there's another story I'll tell, but basically, so we're fuckers, right? Me and my friend groups were fuckers.
Correct.
And basically, we would play this game in the lazy river where we would try to punch each other down into the water, and like
The tubes
so
were
you're
like
in the
each
tube,
other.
right? And we try to just fucking thrash them until
Right.
someone was under, and if you got under, then you're the it person. You're trying to thrash the others while they're trying to swim away, right?
In the tube.
In the tube.
Okay.
And basically, you learn where the lifeguard spots are because they're like, "Hey, stay in your tube, fucker," and you're
Right.
like, "Yes, sir."
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you go right back to it.
And also, we would do this thing. Oh god, so many water park stories where we would go down the slide in the tubes, right? And we try to see how many flips we could get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Common experience.
100%. You flipped the tube.
You
That
flip
was
the
its
tube,
purpose.
and then you flip it, and then you come out and you're just hanging on the tube because you didn't make the last flip, and the lifeguard's like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "I don't know. I just
I
slippy.
fell out. It's
I'm
slippery."
slippy to the
I'm drunk. I don't know.
Are
And
you 12?
Another thing we would do in the in the wave pool at Bunker Beach, we would. So basically, there's the 6 foot section all the way down to the 1 foot section, right where the little babies are. And
Right.
basically, if you get in the 6 foot section, Jesus, there's no waves, right? It's pretty calm. It's just like this, right?
Yeah.
And you get to the 3 foot section is actually where it starts to fold over and go like that. And so we would buy tubes. I think they're $2 for an hour, and we would buy tubes. Normally you're in the wave pool just by yourself, like just as a person. But when you're in the tube, it's such a better experience.
Oh, yeah.
Because you hit the 3 foot section where the wave is folding over itself and crashing, and you just go. You fly. You literally just like. And you hit other people that are standing there. And we were trying to see how many people we could hit on our way to the 1 foot section. And, we would just topple these people. And we actually did it so often that they knew us and they wouldn't give us tubes. Because...
Right. You were those fuckers. Yeah.
And eventually, the actual Bunker Beach water park got too bored for us that we had to start playing other games outside of the water park. Where we would be like, "Yo, so what are the odds that you steal someone's hot dog?"
Yeah.
What are the odds you go into the women's bathroom and start fucking around or something like that?
Yeah.
And one time we had to, my friend Eric, we said, "What are the odds you get sprayed in the eyes with sunscreen?"
Oh, God.
And he got and he had to get sprayed in the eyes, and I think we had to call over like the medics or something like that.
Yeah.
Because he was just on the ground.
Right.
And yeah, so we invented our own fun there, but that's my own water park experience.
I have a few water park stories. One is two are from Wisconsin Dells, which are so as I said with the Marching Band trips, we'd go places. One year we went to Chicago, and on the way we drove through Wisconsin. We stopped in Wisconsin Dells, freezing cold, like not weather that you want to go out and swim in. I was like, this sucks. It was super windy, super cold. Whatever. Maybe next time I go, it'll be great. So then again, we go on a different trip to Michigan. Same exact thing. Once again, it's just absolutely freezing cold. Like, you go into the water and you get out, and it's so windy that you probably drop down to about 80-degree internal body temperature in 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Like, I have no idea how it works. So those are my Wisconsin Dells experiences. But then there's this, I don't even remember what it was, some amusement park in Iowa, and it had a water park attached to it. And the speed slides, they're just the super tall ones that go, pretty straight down. So my friend and I, we were going down those. And one time I go down and I'm like, God, my leg hurts. What the hell? And I look down and I just have a cut in my leg, like up my calf. Because there must have been like plastic or like a screw that was in there, and it just went straight up my leg. And I get out and I'm just like, what? And I find the like lifeguard and I'm like, where can I go for this? And he like wasn't even phased. He wasn't even like, I wonder, like, maybe we should close down the slide. People kept going down. I was like, all right, well, I'll go to the
There's a little bit of flesh
matter.
down there. Yeah, the chlorine will get it.
Yeah, we got money to make.
Yeah.
I don't know. Lots of water stories. Like one time we went to,
All right, here's the step
he's
again.
back. All right, John, right in
We're
front
waiting
of
to
the
see
camera.
it. This is going to be the Teddy. You might need to help him.
But one time we took a trip to good old SeaWorld as a family.
Oh, there you go.
SeaWorld
And we
in
did
California? Is that the only SeaWorld?
No, there's one in Florida, I think. I think we went to the one in Florida.
Oh.
SeaWorld.
Right before Hurricane Katrina. We got out like a week before it happened. So
Yeah.
Did Hurricane Katrina just end all their lives, like all those animals' lives, or what do they do?
What? Seawater gets
What do
into
you
a tank?
Okay, you're right. It's just water. But
What?
I was. You're so right. But in my head, I was just like, man, a
Oh
natural
my
disaster. Well, no, there's
I'm
gotta be
sure
more
they
shit
lost
that gets in
some.
the tank than just water.
Oh, yeah,
Well, yeah.
like a doorknob.
Well, okay, hold on. Hold on. You're onto something here because wasn't there a shark swimming downtown because it like overflowed,
That's
or was
very
that,
possible.
or was that bringing
buddy. That was
Sharknado?
Sharknado?
Shark
Yeah.
tornado. I guess it could have just been them brought in from the sea rather than
True,
taken
but that'd be
from
scary.
it. That would be
Imagine you're
scary.
trying to escape a fucking tsunami, and there's just a fucking shark coming down the street.
Oh my god!
Howdy, neighbor.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were at SeaWorld and we got this nice special experience. You got to go into the penguin exhibit and just kind of hang out with the penguins.
You get to touch him?
Yeah, so we went in.
I would've kinda
we
just
pet
give one
the
a little-
penguins a little bit. But my dad
His
found
little-
out if you stand behind them, they do like to projectile shit. So one of the penguins, he's behind, or like the penguin's got his back to him, and this penguin just attacks him from
Like
behind.
lifts up his tail and just.
Yeah, and he just goes for him. It's like, how the why?
the shit?
I don't
John
know.
wants to know.
I don't know. Somebody look up what's penguin shit colored.
Seagull shit, but
Yeah,
huge.
white.
Yeah, white and
white.
brown. And
I mean, they were like little penguins though.
Yeah, what color was your shit?
I don't even
red.
know.
It was
Red.
straight
Yes.
red.
I from? I don't know.
John actually went to go just lay down upstairs.
I was in the ghoulies a little bit.
So that shark on the highway photo,
Yeah.
it was fake.
Ah,
It was fake. But here's
Wow,
the
they would.
here's the picture. We could pull it up for the once the video's up.
Did it look real for the actual?
Little shark in the highway there, you know. Little classic.
that's believable.
It's fake.
How would a shark get all the way on a highway? You know, like that. That would be amazing.
I mean, it looks
the mode of transportation it needs to take.
well. I mean, it's waterways though. It's I don't know how do they?
Resistance.
I guess. I mean, how does any fish
They're like,
swim
I
upstream?
smell the fish up this way. Let me go get it.
yeah, it's
Right.
huge.
Is that it?
I wonder if the sharks feel like an earthquake before tsunami and then like evacuate the area.
They must
Like, do
just
they
dive
know?
deeper.
Do they know?
I was gonna say they
You're
could,
so right, though.
they could probably just dive
You're
deeper.
so right.
Because like
Yeah.
birds and shit, dude.
Right. Animals somehow know. And how do
I
they
can just
know?
feel
I
it.
was thinking
Well,
of like sharks, and I was
you
like,
know,
they,
like,
Alright,
they just
Tesla,
feel like
what's
they're
your
going to
tsunami
space,
happens,
like they're
right?
going to new
What?
frontiers.
Like,
True.
How does the tsunami happen?
well, it's just it practically is a massive wave.
I understand, but how does it get created?
Well, okay, so maybe my thought process is completely wrong. But have you ever been surfing before?
No.
Okay, well, like when you surf or you try to get, you're out there, there's things called like where you put your hands on the paddle type of thing, and then you're able
On the
to
board?
surf. Yeah, you're able to surf the wave with it. So that's
Oh,
what we
just
did a
body
lot.
Surfing.
All right.
Yeah, it's like body
I have
surfing.
the definition.
And so
a
like,
tsunami is a series of waves in a body of water caused by a displacement of a large volume of water, generally in an ocean or large lake, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and
Yeah.
underwater explosions above or below water have the potential to create a tsunami.
So when the tectonic plates move, they just displace a whole bunch of water, just
Yep.
and it just
Yeah.
moves
Doesn't know where to
forward.
go.
Yeah.
Right.
and
So I mean, imagine them just kind of pushing against each other, and then all of a sudden, it's like they're really pushing against each other, and one just gives away, and it just moves so suddenly.
Yeah.
it creates emotion. But my thing was saying that like when the big wave's coming in, you're diving down underneath so you don't get carried in the wave, because then you're thrown around. So I bet that's like they don't have to dive that deep. I don't have to dive that deep for like a big wave coming in, unless
So
I'm
you're
just
saying you could survive a tsunami?
no.
Saying a
That's
shark
not what
I'm
I'm
saying
saying.
sharks
I'm saying
are
a
so
shark
far
could.
down that
They
yeah.
could literally, with like a couple movements of themselves, move so fast they could just go right underneath. I mean, have you seen the videos of tsunamis hit, Japan, like on the
You
east
could go back
side?
to the wave pool, honestly. Think
Yeah.
about what you did with your tube. Although I will say the Valley Fair water area,
Yeah.
Their water park, yeah, there's that similar thing. When the waves come in, you find that spot where it's not so shallow that if you jump and you land back down, you'll break your knees. But it's big enough where it's a jump, like you're actually trying to get over the wave.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your two things. You go under, you go over. You got to best it.
So do you think you could survive a tsunami?
No.
Where?
If you're-
In what
All right.
context?
So you're out in the water, right? You see it's receding in, but you're too far out, and you're like, "Fuck, I'm fucked."
Right.
Right.
I think by
I think
you
no. There's
opening
no
it with
buildings in sight. It's just
you're
a beach.
fucked means you're fucked.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. It's just a beach. There's no buildings.
Okay.
So, and it's just a hillside, right? So you can't crash into anything.
You're done. You're done. There's
No,
no
you're
way.
done.
Why are you done?
Because
You have
the size of the
Tens of
wave.
thousands of gallons of water struggling
The
you
size
around.
of the wave is immense. Have you seen the analogy of how big of a skyscraper to a tsunami wave is coming in? How fast? If you've been to a wave pool, you see how the water recedes and pulls you out. That is like 100,000 times the same speed that's just pulling you. You can't
You're dead.
swim against, so you swim towards it.
Well, yeah. Well, no, you're in the wave, but do you think you could survive?
No.
The
thing is-
the
dude, it
hustle
would-
and bustle.
Yes,
wave.
it would literally launch you 40
No,
feet into the
even if-
ground.
Like literally, even if I had scuba gear on, I could breathe underwater. No, I'm not surviving
Yeah.
that because you're getting thrown around. It's so big.
I don't know. I feel like you could though.
You try it. This kid.
Why do you think
Yeah.
you can survive this?
Hey, dude, you'd break every bone in your body.
Do you
just
think
from
that
the
you would
wave
survive a
impact.
building collapsing?
Onto me? Like I'm on the bottom floor and it just says good night.
No,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
you're in like 15th floor and you can't go down, you can't go up, and it's just coming down at the same time.
Depends on what falls on me, I guess.
So if you have one of the twin towers fall on top of you, can you survive that?
Yeah,
'Cause
you're
that's
not
pretty much
going
the
to.
force of a
Yeah,
tsunami
like it's
coming on top of you as
crazy
well.
how big that is. Look up, we'll watch a video of it, like the analogy of it.
You guys can teach me how a tsunami works.
But okay, going back to this though, like the buildings, I feel like they get destroyed because they don't have anywhere else to go.
True.
Like,
If you're just riding the
Right,
wave,
they just hop on a skimboard and we're just chilling.
True.
God, we
we're just
beat
going.
fucking the tsunami. We beat the tsunami,
We
Teddy.
figured it out.
Okay, but here's the thing: people die from surfing, like just from the waves that you surf on, and those are a fraction of the size of a tsunami wave.
No, I'm just
Okay.
One
built
of the
different,
comments says,
built
"Why did
different."
you have to bring 9/11 in?"
I don't know. I think Preston and I are just built different. We can do it.
True.
I mean, honestly, I would go all the way over, some area that they potentially might have. Hell, I'll even cause a tsunami. I don't care. Just to see, just to put Preston in that water and just to see what will happen.
Just live on the West Coast. Oregon.
Can you even swim?
No.
Yeah, see, that's the best part. You can't even swim.
What were you doing at Bunker Beach and you can't even swim?
got
How'd
tubes
you not
on it.
learn?
Well, I told you we made our own fun. It's what are the odds you go talk to that girl? What are the odds you go, shit on a corn dog?
You're right.
Shit
So
on a
because
corn
you
dog.
couldn't swim, that's why you were the fuckers.
You're walking
Because you
around.
couldn't swim with tubes. Let's go shit on that guy.
Literally.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And we had season passes too. So you best believe I'm getting my 14 times in.
Jeez.
It takes
You
14
didn't
to
even
get
mention
your money
it.
back.
Why did you
Six,
spray
but we would go
sunscreen in
down to
Eric's
14.
eyes? What enjoyment did
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
from that? Why would he agree to that?
Fuck you.
That's just so
Was it like
sad.
what are the odds? Like pick a number, you flip a
it was.
coin?
It was
Okay,
exactly
okay.
that.
And then he
It wasn't like
Hey Eric!
You want sunscreen in your eyes? Oh wait. Just kidding. You don't get the answer.
Got him! Alright, who's next? That's a good bit.
All right, get the
What-
bear spray out.
What's the biggest? Like, what are the odds number that you guys have gotten somebody on?
We cap ours at 1 in 30, so it's actually manageable to get the person. So it's like still a big enough risk, but it's still like reasonable, basically.
I always do 1 or 2.
What would the risk be?
What was our 1 in 30s? Are you
What was your
asking?
1 in 30?
I don't even.
remember.
There've been so many.
It was only in Malaysia.
Lick the shoe.
Singapore.
That's all I know.
Yeah, basically. Well, when we would play, the out would be if you didn't want to do it, you'd have to lick my fucking shoe.
And Preston would only lick the shoe.
Yeah, if I didn't want to do it, I'd lick my shoe. It's my shoe.
Right.
But
Right, what does that mean? It's not your ground.
It's my shoe. It's
But-
not like
but-
we were walking around on the
Put some
on the
stakes
sewers or
down.
anything.
Pick some stakes right now. What would be a 1 in 30? That's a lot of numbers. Not very likely. What would you pick?
I don't know, because we're 21 now and 22, right?
Yeah.
Like the stakes have changed. We're not fucking 18-year-olds,
Right.
We can't get away with the same shit that we used to be able to 1 in 30, right? Like I think one time we pissed in someone's van or something like that.
Who?
Sure.
Our-
sure.
I just
Right
feel
now,
like that's not real.
but right
I feel
now,
like that's
right,
not real.
give me a 1 in 30 odds right
'Cause I
now.
One
know
time
it
we
would
1 in
change the
30.
story.
What would you right now in this context? What was something you would put on the line? What is something? Because again, it's a big number. I want to know what that cap is.
What are the odds you go get the Kermit statue right now?
No, that's not 1 in 30. 1 in 30 would be like go tell one of those neighbors, like that was like shitting on us or whatever. One of those like crazy neighbors. It'd be like, what are the odds that you
Go tell him to fuck.
tell them that you killed their dog or something like that?
Right.
Just
That's
like-
what I'm saying. I wanted to know what your top end would be.
Right, it's something like that.
Like, because if 1 in 30 is your maximum number, then it has to be something that's like extreme.
Right.
But still something that you would play the odds for. You're like, well, he's not really going to pick my number.
Right.
You know.
All right, Preston. What are the odds you go eat one of the dolmas out of the trash?
Oh. Ooh.
No, they're
Out of
not
the
in the
trash?
trash. They're not in the
Ooh,
trash.
trash
Wait, they're not. In the, wait,
They're,
where are they?
they're outside on the
Oh,
grill.
gross.
They're on the
Oh.
ground.
On the grill.
Grill.
Oh, why are they on the grill?
Weird place.
Because I did. There's no garbage can back there, so I set it out there.
We've got the trash in the house.
Yeah, but those smell, and I don't want them to smell.
What do
I
they
don't think-
smell like?
I don't think
What does
you
it
could,
taste like?
I don't think you could do that as a 1 in 30 though. I feel like you have to leave.
That's a 1 in 15.
yeah,
No, that's
right,
a 1 and 2.
Right.
I feel like one.
you
Give
just
me
do one
food
and- what do you mean
poisoning.
1
That's
and
like
2?
a promise of food poisoning. What are you talking
I enjoy
about?
1 and 2s so much more because then
something actually happened.
It's because you
Yeah.
love the thrill of it.
Yeah, no, I do love the
I
thrill of
went
it.
to it every time.
No, same. That's
But
what
not
I
with,
do.
Not with Dolma and food
No,
poisoning.
no, I'll do
No.
anything,
Oh.
and the person always backs out.
Anything.
This,
give him
this guy
something.
going to do it?
Give him something.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
1 or 2.
Then you have
For
to
the
eat
stream.
it then. And let's clarify, because I had different rules in high school than you
Fill
did.
up
So
the
if I
yum
say
yum
the
sauce
same
with
number,
Oh, right. You're saying.
You say the same number,
The
so
other
I'm
person's
asking you
at
the
risk.
question. What are the odds you get the Dolma?
yeah, and I say, and I
Say-
get to choose the odds.
Yes,
Okay,
sure.
choose-
So
yeah.
1 and 2.
Okay. And if we say the same number, you have to do it. If we say different numbers, I have to do it.
Oh my God! You're putting this on 1 and 2, buddy. You
I
said.
guess so. We're here.
All right.
All right, count us down.
3,
2, 1.
1. So I gotta do it.
Yeah. And you have to do it though. See, that's the thing with the 1 and 2 is that the other person has to do it.
Lick the shoe. I don't want to see you throw up on
I might
stream.
have to lick the shoe, guys.
Bro, just lick the shoe.
Because if you do anything higher
What's
than
up,
1 and
Tyler?
2, you don't do it. No one does anything.
Well, then the what?
Let me explain what they look like.
Tyler's gonna explain the state that the Dolma are in right now.
So they're just out there sitting on the grill, and like the top cover of the container is off, and it's just kind of waving in the wind. And it's like, yeah,
I'm
come eat me,
glad.
you little bitch.
But this is
come eat me.
Oh God, Tyler,
Gross.
what are you? Yeah, what are you saying?
That was too simple.
What does it even taste like? What is it supposed to taste like?
Well, it's grape leaves filled with like rice and onion and spices.
Gross. That's
What?
fucking gross.
No,
in
they're
general.
delicious.
Yeah, I could see it being
Is it supposed to be
savory.
hot?
No,
No, they're
what do you mean
supposed to be
hot? They're grape leaves. Why is that hot?
Why is rice not hot?
I don't know. It's kind of like a.
Rice
It's
It's
like
hard
an
to explain
olive
what
leaf.
grape leaves taste like. They're kind of. I don't know. They're. I mean, you got a little bit
Like
of that.
hops? Like hops?
Yeah, it's kind of like hops, honestly. Like you get kind of that kind of funky flavor, but it's it tastes more like the skin of the grape.
Oh,
That makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah.
So you get kind of that like weird,
Oh, yeah. I know what you
gritty,
mean.
dry
Oh, what's a tea that Jonas always wants to drink all the time?
builder's tea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hops.
He just puts hops in his tea.
Yeah. Yeah, that man took a turn. But
Oh, Jesus.
Well, fuck, John. I owe you one.
All right, so
yeah, you do.
So, anyways, the reason I asked that
We'll put that on our
is
Instagram.
so on a Europe tour, my first year, Nate would probably remember this.
Yeah, where are you, Nate?
Speaking of
So-
Nate, Nate thinks that John's on drugs. He's been saying that like 10 times now. He said,
Oh.
"John, are you on drugs? You're off."
No. Pooping drugs.
Yeah. Well, that's what J-Man said. So
Oh.
All right, so anyways, we're in Europe. We were about to go on like this boat tour or something, and so we're at the top of this cliff. We can see all the boats that are, all the ferries and that kind of stuff. And so I asked Henry Santelman, "What are the odds that you jump off this cliff and onto the boat?" And he said 1 in a million. And then we counted down, and I got him with number 69.
That's
No.
actually legendary, Teddy. And did he jump off the boat?
He didn't.
Oh.
Oh God.
Wait.
They ripped the voice.
clip it.
No.
It all
Rip
happens
that he
to us.
didn't jump. That's all I'm allowed.
There was one that we would do in high school, is that we'd grab whatever we could in Dayton's kitchen because we would go to Dayton's house.
Oh, we used to do that too.
We'd go to Dayton's house and then we'd just chill there during our last period before we go to swim practice. And you'd grab anything in the kitchen. It would be a raw egg, could be dog food, cat food, whatever. Put in the blender, blend it up, and sit it down there, and it'd be
Ugh.
like a little smoothie.
Ugh.
And you do, what are the odds? And then Jonas would always do it just because he had some weird elite complex, and
Where
he
you
would
had
be
to
fine.
drink it?
And that's fine that he did it because his immune system is just as like the Hobbins, the Flans are the same way. But they had we did it once, and it's just funny because you smell it and it's a classic it's a
Yeah.
dry heat.
Bro, I
And
would
then you
almost puke every
drink
time.
it, and then it's just consistent throw up. And so it's really funny because I had never had to drink it ever, but all these other guys had to do it all the time. And it was just great because then you go to practice,
AABB.
and then you already feel like you emptied your stomach on everything that you ate before the 2.5 hour practice.
Remember one time what are the odds calling to jump off his deck into a pile of snow?
Wasn't that New Year's?
And he did it. Yeah, he did it.
Did he break anything?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Oh, you feel it.
And he came back. He came. I just saw him. So he's at the edge of his kitchen by the living room, and he's doot 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 doot. And I just saw him go out the door. I was in the living room. I'm just like, all right, he jumped, and he comes back snow covered, and he was fine.
Yeah, in my childhood house, you think about the snowfall that you get. Oh, it's white and fluffy, and here it is. And the one time you jump off and it is fluffy, it's amazing. When the snow hardens and you don't realize that lesson as a kid that snow hardens the next day, and you just are really off your fucking rocker, and you jump a little bit to the right this time, and you land in a bush, it's not as fun.
Ow.
Jumping off the rail.
Actually, I have a story similar to this.
Tyler has
story.
all right, a bush story.
Bush snow story.
Bushwhacked.
So actually, this has to do with my sister's current dog.
Okay.
Uh,
The dog jumped.
I can't even think of his name right now. Cody. Kodiak.
Kodiak.
husky.
Kodiak the killer.
So where they found this dog was my sister. She lives in Minneapolis, across from an apartment building, and she comes outside one day, and she just hears yipping from a bush across the way.
Oh no.
And she walks over, and she sees this bush. You know, it's winter, so there's snow, and there's like a hole in it, and there's a husky in it because somebody threw the dog out the window.
Oh no.
So she's like, what the hell? So they bring this dog in. You know, it's like a puppy. It's like under a year old. And so they bring the dog in, Humane Society, whatever. They take care of the dog. And then my sister's like, you know what? Let's adopt the dog. So they go through the whole process to adopt the husky. And now they have the husky. But yeah, they found him just thrown out the window in the winter.
Free
Yeah.
husky.
Well,
Well, that's
it wasn't free, but
Yeah.
well, no.
it's actually a lot of work and money. But
Yeah. But
See,
we
that's
love
the
him.
thing though, like, have you ever go in front of a Walmart or whatever, and that's how Jake actually got Copper. Well, he got him through a Humane Society, like a shelter, but like Copper was, they just drop a litter off in front of a Walmart, in front of some, you know, convenience store, it seems like, and there was 8 dogs there, and it just says free or whatever. And people just take them. But is it legal just to take a dog and then grow it up on your own? Like, is that even legal?
No.
But if it was there for free?
if it just says free dog,
It's legal to take one. It's not legal to do that.
To do what?
To like give away dogs for free.
Yeah, you can't do that.
But you can get a dog for free.
Yeah.
Like
Well, yeah, you can get a dog for free, but can you, like, keep it and grow it
Yeah.
on your
Yeah,
own?
why not?
But can you get shots for that dog?
Yeah.
Or do you have to have legal documentation that's
Nope.
your dog?
No.
So when do
They-
you
they-
have to have legal
that's-
documentation?
That's the thing, is that the vet documentation will be the legal documentation for that dog. Like the vaccines that it gets and like whatever, that'll now be the new legal documentation. I don't think that like adoption papers really matter for anything besides just
A child?
the act that and just like I couldn't tell you where my dog's adoption papers are, wherever the hell we got them from some rescue whatever society. I really think they only really care about shots for dogs and like if they're spayed or neutered.
Oh. It's kind of interesting.
Because like if you go to like get your dog like in a salon or whatever to get them groomed or to get them bathed or to get their nails clipped, like they need updated shots to go get that.
You're right, you're right.
So that's what that is.
Two things. We got a shout out to Henry from J-Man saying, "Is it just me or is Henry looking dirty tonight?" The other thing is, John, what are you doing to my arm?
I don't know.
You're just rubbing it with your foot right now.
I need to move this leg a little bit. So,
Should we talk about the injury?
Yeah, might as well.
The mystery injury?
oh. Well, it's
So John was trying to save a cat from a burning building,
right.
and
You should
So-
see the bear.
yeah,
As-
you
as-
should see the building.
Well, see, it's very similar to. So my leg and my back has been recently been having a lot of problems, and I couldn't figure out why. So I went to a place where I could get a massage, and she's like, "You have a ton of knots in your back and your knees all messed up." And she's like, "Have you been just carrying a bunch of weights around, or like a backpack of bricks?"
Warzone.
Yeah, I can't tell if this is real or
And
a joke.
And I was like, well, no, like all I do, like heavy lifting is really, I was like, well, like us friends, you know, squad of 3 or 4, we play Warzone at night and I just carry them the whole time. It could be Rocket League or
Right.
it could be Battlefront. And I was like, it's just really hurt. It really hurts. So this is just some stress from that.
Right.
Yeah.
So when's the joke?
But hey, no, literally, no, exactly. Well, the other night Nick got a couple games with 9 kills, so it was good. I felt a little relieved then, and
Yep.
That's
It
the
felt
first time
better.
I've ever showed up. I can't
yeah,
believe it.
literally.
No, but the actual injury. I want to hear the story. I
Yeah,
haven't even heard
true.
the story.
There's no story though. That's the best part.
I got a story.
It's
Okay,
just tweaked.
thank you,
It's no. It's just tweaked. I was in ballet class and there's plies. And I
Thank
don't
you.
know. Like apparently, there was no moment where it felt like it popped. There's no moment like, oh, I did something wrong. I thought it was just a muscle that, because in ballet you use muscles that, even though I lift and like I work out stuff like that, there's still muscles in ballet that you don't even touch. And like any other like
True. Same with yoga.
yeah. And so then I thought it was just something like that, and I just continued to walk on it and do the normal daily routine. And it just got to a point where it swelled and jazzed, and I looked down, I was like, oh, this is not, I was like, does it look swollen? And then it looked like a pumpkin on my leg, and I couldn't really walk on it. And so now here we are with a couple metal bars on the side of the leg with a brace.
Best part is we went to the emergency room and they didn't really give us any answers. They were just like, yeah, this just happens sometimes if your leg is just, your
If
knee,
you tweak it. He grabbed my leg, like how doctors do. They go in, grab their hand sanitizer, rub it a little bit. They actually don't rub everything like fully in, so there's still soap all over. And suddenly grab my leg, feel it like probably for 2 seconds. Now I'll be back for 15 minutes.
He goes, huh, that's weird.
Yeah. Literally.
I'll be back. He goes, I'll be right back. And he's gone for about 15 minutes. We're like, what the? Where? And he comes back. He's like, yeah, I just talked to the orthopedic surgeon. And we're like, wait a damn minute.
Yeah. And it was like, we were told before going in just by a nurse, like, yeah, you're probably going to get x-rays. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's probably good. At least some sort of test to say, like, hey, you actually don't have a bum knee. Like, it's just some strain or something like that. Sure. No, they didn't tell us anything. He was like, well, if you get a fever from this and your knee swelling increases, that's really bad, and you come back in right away.
Yeah,
that's
basically they were like, it might be infected, but we don't know, and just keep an eye on it.
Yeah,
and that's basically what they told us.
And he like literally said, he's like, it might be infected. We could check if it's infected, but if we put a needle in your knee, then the knee might just already.
Yeah, the hole that the needle goes in risks that the infection will spread, basically. And so they're like, we're not going to do that. And so, yeah, we wasted an hour in the ER.
Well, it's even
for
the
nothing.
needle. The needle could infect me because they couldn't, like, somehow it just doesn't stay sterilized or something. Unless you like heat up a hot spoon and go nuts in there. So that was amazing. This morning I woke up and I was just like, hello. And I kind of did like, oh, I feel like it's fine. And so then I got out of bed and then I almost literally just ate
just
it.
on your knees.
Yeah. No, I can't be on my knees. So that'd be the worst. And so that's always been fun. So recently the dog and I have been doing this little tango around. So I'm walking around and sometimes I trip a little bit. And then it's just me swearing or at the dog, and it's just abusive.
Yeah, John beats the dog. He said it here first, people. I mean, I told him not to, but he just can't stop. So, with that, we beat dogs. This has been the LooneyBin Podcast.
Jeez.
Michael Vick, where are you?
Yep.
Tesla's in a good home.
Yes, he
True.
is.
We have to clarify.
Yep.
We don't beat the dog.
All right. So
No, never.
since
Only
we
electric.
didn't get to this one
Electric
earlier
crawlers.
because-
no worries.
We're wrapping up, Teddy.
Well,
That's the thing.
No, I know. It's just
Oh, yeah, let's
10
hear it.
seconds.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay.
the conversation started, so we just didn't get to it.
Yep.
What do you guys think the Cookie Monster's real name is?
That's a good-
True. That's what
good
started.
guess.
Chad.
Oh, that's a great guess.
Patrick.
Jim.
Teddy, I'm going to
Yeah.
guess that it's Theodore.
Henry's got one.
I don't got one.
Okay.
I don't got nothing.
Anything.
Dimitri.
Alex.
Alex.
So the Cookie Monster's name is Sid.
Sid?
Oh,
Sid.
And with that,
And with
fuck
that-
you.
With that.
Yeah.
That's it.
This has been the LooneyBin Podcast, sponsored by LooneyBin Productions. Follow us on Instagram at LooneyBin Creative. And we're also on YouTube at LooneyBin Creative and Spotify. Search up the LooneyBin Productions. Sure, that's it.
Ka-chow.